energy with it. It seems to have a
Yes.
new fire. I love that. It seems to have a new fire with it. And so tell me what you think that energy is stemming from.
Because people are frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you get frustrated enough, you make change. And so what I do think is that people are now, they are tired of being hoodwinked and bamboozled,
Mm-hmm.
tricked, their money taken because, you get 7 figures in 7 hours,
Mm-hmm.
and so people are tired and they're going back to the basics. And that's where we need everybody to be. And so the fire, I think, is coming from people just being frustrated, being tapped out,
Mm-hmm.
and now ready to go back to the basics of what works and looking for something that's simple, yet it requires them to think.
Yeah, and that's powerful. So tell me, when people have come to your seminars and they've put together the vision board, talk a little bit about some of the success stories that have come from people that you've worked with, just as an encouragement to those who are listening, who may be on the fence, perhaps about working with you, doing a vision board, coming to your upcoming seminars, working with you in your coaching programs. Just share some of those success stories.
Absolutely. So outside of the vision boards, it's all part of,
Mm-hmm.
I do lifestyle coaching,
Mm-hmm.
which is, a fancy way of saying I'm a life coach.
Yes.
And and so it's part of the process of what I take my clients through.
Mm-hmm.
But with the vision boards, some ladies have started their business.
Mm-hmm.
One particular lady just recently, she started her vision board in January,
Mm-hmm.
and now she's already up and running with her bakery business
Mm-hmm.
out of her home. And now, she has orders, just coming from everywhere because she put that as her major goal. And things start to line up when you are aware of and you're focused on one specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
You start to become a magnet for all of the resources, the finances, the team. You become a magnet for all the things that you need because it was already there. It's just
Right.
you weren't aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so what's happening now is everybody is having this awakening of, oh my gosh, I didn't realize even in my own phone book
Mm-hmm.
that I had these contacts and these connections, and people are getting opportunities. And I think this is not something that's just happening. It's not a coincidence. It's just that these things have always been there. You just weren't in a mental position to see it because we're seeing with one eye and we're not looking at the vision, the bigger vision. So, a lot of my clients, outside of just having best-selling books and platforms that are just really rocking, and starting from nothing, starting from, and when I say nothing, having so many different business ideas, and 1 week they're doing this, and the next week they're doing the rapid, and the next week they're doing the teas, and the next week, it's still trying to find their way in their purpose. And so what we do, even with the vision board process, is put you right back on track and say, stay right here. Stay right here a little bit longer. You haven't even put in enough skin in the game to leave yet. So you don't even have permission to leave. So stay right here.
Yes.
And let God do what He needs to do. And if He doesn't do it, then I'll take the weight. But I'm so for sure on what God is doing in my life and what He's doing there that I can stand on it.
Yeah, that's powerful. You don't have permission to move. I love that. So let's back up because you said something that I think that is very pivotal, particularly as it relates to women. When you said focus on the one thing and stay right there. Now, you know as well as I, we are multi-talented, multi-gifted, and we try to multitask. So talk a little bit about your advice on just staying focused on the one thing, to eliminate the others while you're honing that particular thing.
And you know what's funny, because you do see it with a lot of women, I have a few good men that I coach, but the majority of women, because we want to tap in and we're so gifted and talented, it's not that you don't use all that God has given you because you want to die empty. That's my goal. I want to die completely empty.
Yes.
But when you get into your sweet spot, which is your purpose or what God has called you to do, you'll realize that all those other things come into alignment, and you'll find a place for them and where they go. And some ideas and some things that you need to pass down to other people after you have brought them to a certain level. And so it's first get on purpose with this one thing and see it full out. Because if your goal is to, Lucinda, I want to write a book, I want to speak on stages, I want to coach women, well, guess what? Let's start with the book.